In part 1 of this video, we looked at the procedures the world has in place for the event of first contact with alien life. Now we're going to get to the fun part, the possible scenarios and types of extraterrestrial civilizations. Let's get right into it. Most experts believe that there are two overarching categories into which all possible alien civilizations can be placed: friendly and hostile. Each of these categories can be further divided into more specific groups, such as friendly or hostile nomads, friendly or hostile interplanetary refugees, and so on. Let's start by looking at hostile extraterrestrial arrival scenarios. Before we do, it's important to note that much of the scientific community holds the opinion that any civilization advanced enough to travel between star systems will have no need for violence, and we therefore have little to fear from alien arrival. For the sake of curiosity, we'll still explore a few possibilities. Imagine your favorite alien invasion movie. What do you picture? Probably weapons beyond human understanding, usually on a massive scale, right? There's a reason that trope has become so prevalent, and it's not just because big explosions are cool. Any spacefaring civilization able to reach Earth would have the ability to harness energy in ways we have yet to even consider, and it stands to reason that such forms of energy would be used not only as propulsion, but also as a form of weapon. Unlike our science fiction movies depict, scientists believe that any aggressive alien civilization would be able to eradicate humanity with little effort. But what would drive intelligent beings to such acts of aggression? It could be any of several reasons, the most likely being either a need for resources or the drive to expand and colonize. Coincidentally, Seth Shostak, the SETI researcher referenced in part 1 of this video, is one of the scientists who suspects the quest for natural resources would result in violence. He believes that since there can be assumed to be a finite amount of natural resources in the galaxy, it stands to reason that advanced civilizations would fight over them, as we do on Earth. Of course, resources are so abundant in the universe in different forms and locations that it does seem rather far-fetched that a superintelligent alien civilization would need to resort to mining Earth. That being said, if such a civilization did in fact come knocking on our door, there's little we could do to stop them. As for the drive for colonization and expansion, humanity understands that goal all too well. The history of man is the history of conquest, war for power, glory, and first and foremost, the spread of national borders. Consider Alexander the Great, who at the age of 20 succeeded his father as king of Macedon, and by the age of 30 had built one of the largest empires in the ancient world, stretching all the way from Greece to northwestern India. If a young man of 20 could conquer such a huge area, imagine what a civilization thousands of years more advanced than ours could accomplish. Colonization, often under the guise of protection or cultural advancement, is intended not only to gain a foothold in the occupied territory, but also to exploit economic opportunities and assimilate the natives into the invader's imperial culture. Take for example the Roman Empire. Over its many years of dominance, the Roman Empire colonized large parts of Western Europe, North Africa, and West Asia. In Africa and Asia, the Romans often moved in and allowed the civilized inhabitants to assimilate into the new hybrid Roman culture. While in Europe, the Roman Empire often resorted to using military force on the disjointed tribes living in their desired locations, strong-arming them into submission. An invasive alien civilization could easily play the role of the Roman Empire. To such an advanced species, humanity would likely seem nothing more than cattle, to be shepherded, assimilated, or eradicated at will. Having a foothold on Earth, molding humanity into a hybrid human-alien society would allow the intelligent civilization to effectively claim Earth as their own, leave a handful of enforcers, and then continue on their way to colonize new planets. As scary as these scenarios are, it's important to keep in mind that the majority of scientists suspect that advanced alien civilizations will have transcended the need for violence, and will harbor no ill will towards humanity. With that in mind, let's look at the positive scenarios of alien arrival. While it's probably true that any hyper-advanced civilization could destroy humanity with the push of a button, many scientists and thinkers suspect that such beings would instead remember their own violent past and strive to help humanity avoid destruction. Futurist Alan Tuff suggests 3 approaches a friendly civilization might use to aid the people of Earth. 1. Intervention only to prevent catastrophe. This approach would involve our alien friends simply monitoring Earth's activity and stepping in only when disaster is inevitable, such as in the case of an all-out nuclear war or an asteroid collision. 2. Advice and action with consent. This approach would be more hands-on, or tentacles-on, or whatever the case may be. It would involve the extraterrestrials advising world leaders and acting with their consent to prevent danger. 3. Forcible corrective action. This would be the most intrusive method, and would involve the extraterrestrials compelling humanity to take steps to reduce major risks against our will, intending to help humans advance to the next stage of civilization. According to Tuff, option 2, advice and action with consent, is far more likely than forcible corrective action. He believes that while the aliens would know their methods and practices are superior to ours, it would be detrimental to interspecies relations to force humanity to act against its own wishes. Others suggest that advanced civilizations would first instruct humanity on morality and ethics, before providing us with technology we're not yet prepared to use, possibly destroying ourselves in the process. Another line of thought, called the zoo hypothesis, suggests that an advanced civilization may even avoid contact with humanity at all, instead opting to observe us from afar, allowing our fledgling civilization to develop naturally at its own pace. It proposes that any advanced civilization will understand that humanity could suffer a sort of loss of identity if they were to provide us with galactic training wheels, so to speak, and protect us from danger like an overbearing parent. Though the thought of hostile civilizations is scary, it's nice to know that the majority of experts believe advanced life forms would be friendly. Whether we ever meet them is another matter entirely, but it sure is comforting to think that we might have a super intelligent big brother out there among the stars. If you'd like to learn more about the theories behind advanced alien civilizations, or the history of colonization, check out the links in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel to keep up to date with the latest content. Feel free to leave a like or a dislike as you please, and leave a comment down below with how you think we would interact with alien civilizations. You can watch part 1 of this video by clicking here, or watch all of my videos by clicking here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.